Welcome back, everybody. Well, here we are again at the old stump. Finally taking a look at this Schrade SCHF56LM. And the L and the M would stand for the long model, because they do make this 56 with a shorter blade. And the M would stand for micarta. Now, this particular one that I have here, they go for around, I don't know, $30–$35, somewhere around there. And if you get them with the TPE handles, which are the kind of rubber handles, you know, then you can get them for a little less. So, but I figured, I think you're only talking $5 less to get the TPE. So I was like, well, for $5, give me the micarta. So, be looking at an overall length of right about 9 inches, and blade length about 4 1/4, you know, with a cutting edge of right at 4 inches. 1095 high carbon steel, supposed to have a good 90-degree spine. We'll see. Does come with that polymer sheath there. Let me grab that for you so we can take a look at that real quick. Make sure we're in focus here. Just kind of one of those typical polymer sheaths, nothing special. Does come with the ferro rod, and I believe that's a 1/4 inch rod. Let me double check real fast. Yeah, I think so. I didn't measure it, but if not, it might be a hair less. Let me see. Actually, I can check it just like this. No, that's going to be right about a 3/16 rod. And something, well, let's finish this first here. The sheath is okay. I don't care for this belt clip that's on here. Reason why I don't care for it is when it's in there, it just doesn't give you any room to get your hand in to grab the thing. So other than that, though, not too bad. Now, this thing does have a thickness of 5 millimeters, which is going to be a little, just like a hair over 3/16 thick. So pretty good sturdy blade here, I'm thinking. So let's try it out and see what we think about it. And also, it does have a hollow grind. One of the, well, it's kind of a slight hollow. It's not real bad, but I can't understand why they didn't just make these with a good saber grind and be done with it, but they didn't. So, what do we want to do first? I guess let's just go ahead and jump right in it. Do some batoning, which you can see that's going to be a pretty decent span for it there. I think we'll make it, though. Does have some cracks in it. We're going to use those. Use the old busted up baton here. About time to replace this thing, but tell you what, it's lasted a good long time. Pretty hard old baton. So all right, let's see what we can do here with this thing. Oh yeah, like butter. I mean, granted, like I said, this wood is already kind of pre-cracked, so it wouldn't take a whole lot to go through it, but even if it wasn't, I mean, this knife would have no trouble with anything it could get in its mouth, so to speak. Because these Schrades are, you know, pretty good solid knives for the money. And of course, they are made in Taiwan or China or somewhere over there, you know, and I don't really advocate, obviously, for buying from China, but I guess if you're gonna buy something from China, at least get a good one, you know, don't get something that's junk. The edge actually was pretty decent on it by feel. Had a few little spots that they didn't finish real well, but it's alright. what do you expect for that kind of money, you know? I mean, it's definitely serviceable though, right out of the box, you know. Yeah, it does all right. Now, one thing I'm noticing, and I knew that was going to be the case, so let me show you this here. On these handles, they are textured, and the texture really isn't the problem, but they've got really kind of steep angles there, top and bottom. So I think I'll probably just kind of smooth that out a little. As you can see already, right there in my hand, getting some good hot spots going, so it wouldn't take long. Working with this, it probably wouldn't feel so good. So like I said, I'll probably just, you know, sand that down a little all the way around. Probably be just fine. Go ahead and grab us a piece of fat wood here, and because I mean, we couldn't have a knife, you know, that we didn't put through some fat wood. That would just be crazy. There we go. Yeah, that fat wood's a lot harder. Kind of clean it up. You can see it's kind of the outside of a piece, so kind of clean this up a little bit here and get some good usable pieces out of it and get rid of the junk. Yeah, and this does come from their bushcraft line of knives, which, I mean, for all I've seen, they're pretty darn good. I mean, for the money, you know. I mean, is it gonna be as good as, you know, some higher end American made, you know, like say an SE or something like that? No, of course it isn't. But that's not why people buy these, you know. They don't buy these to be better than an SE. They buy these because they can't probably afford an SE. Which, I mean, personally, I think if you know, any of these Schrades here, you'd be just fine with. I mean, I don't think you're gonna have any trouble with them, you know, being, I think they'll be just as tough as an SE is what I'm getting at. I mean, at least within reason. You know, probably not completely as tough as an SE, but I'd say within reason. So we know it can baton. We know it can shave a little. What about taking some bark off of this cedar here for a little bit of tinder? Let's see about that. Try that spine out a little bit here. Now, it does have that coating on it, but it's one of those kind of thinner coatings, kind of almost like a DLC type coating. I mean, I know it isn't DLC, but it's like that. So it's the smooth coating. It's not all rough like some of the Ontarios and such, and Essies can be. Oh yeah, look at that, doing a great job. Tinder making. Perfect, great job. Let's get that off of there. Okay. Now, let's probably go ahead and we'll try the factory, sorry guys, trying to get stuff together here. Try the factory ferro rod that that it came with, which they usually aren't too bad. We'll just see. And of course this is the same rod as what's in the other Schrades. Don't want my stuff to blow away there. Oh yeah, good. No problem. Alright, not wanting to go. Let's do this number. This usually gets us. Oh. There we go. Pretty well every time. So yeah, not too bad. I mean, like I said, for the $36, I like it. I mean, the only complaint I have is the edges on that micarta, but I mean, that's something easily solved. And I can show y'all after I do that if you'd like to see it. I can definitely do that. Just let me know if that's something y'all would like to see. Kind of show you the coating here. And it kind of came off a little bit. You know, that's to be expected. Not bad though. Not bad. So while that's kind of going and going out, no, let's check for some edge damage actually while I'm thinking about it, because I'm certain there isn't any. Just dirt, no damage. Kind of looked like a chip there towards the end, but it isn't. Well, where are we at? You can see it's just fine. So, kind of give you some comparisons of, you know, what size-wise, kind of what you'd be looking at. And the BK16 there is really close to the same size. So as you can see there, trying to get them lined up here pretty perfectly. So they're pretty darn close to the same size, just to give you an idea of what you'd be looking at. And then here's the SRKC, which obviously it's got just a little more blade to it, but not a lot. And of course the SRKC is a little bit more money. So I mean, you know, if you were trying to decide between the two, that would be difficult. I don't know. It would depend what you want to use it for, I guess, because you know, you got to think that SRK and that BK16, neither one of those were able to strike a fire steel. So there's that. The BK16, you know, had the plastic handles on it. Adding the micarta like that, of course, costs extra. So there's that. You know, I don't know. You be the judge. I mean, I think for the 30 or 35 bucks, whatever it was I paid for it, I don't really remember, but whatever it was is plenty well worth it, in my opinion. Plus, here's something else, if I can get that in there. I don't know if I'll be able to really. Hold on, because I want you to be able to see this. You can see that Schrade is much thicker. I mean, I'm sure you guys know, you know what a 3/16 blade is, so you imagine just a little bit bigger than that. I'm sure you figure it out, but I just kind of like to show y'all. And I forgot to bring the giveaway stuff out here with me to remind everybody about that. Don't forget, giveaway is coming up pretty soon. I think we're at like 8 and some change, 8:32 or something like that, I think. So we're getting close. Shouldn't be too much longer, hopefully, and we'll be able to give some good stuff away, so we'll see. But yeah, that was taking a look at the Schrade SCHF56LM. Pretty good knife in my opinion, especially for the money. And going real quick here, it almost, I mean, it looked like it would do everything you wanted it to. Oh yeah, I did want to do a little bit of notching with it and see how that goes. Got an old piece of oak here. Looks like something you might pick up off the ground. And I said oak, you know, not pine. It's solid. A lot of people, when they do knife stuff on these videos, like to use pine because it's real easy, you know. You can make a knife look real good with pine. I like to use oak. I ain't trying to make it look good. I'm gonna tell it like it is. See what we can do here. Kind of awkward angle here with that stuff burning. Yeah, I can feel that handle. How those high spot, the corners, I can feel them pretty good. Oh, there's a knot right there. That wasn't the best place to have chosen. That's alright. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fix that. That is outright uncomfortable. But it did it. I mean, not great, and I didn't try real hard, but I mean, it would do it. It was just a quickie. But all in all, I think it's really good. Only thing I can recommend is take some sandpaper to those micarta handles and knock those edges down. And I think it'd really be pretty good. It does have a little bit. No, it doesn't. I thought it had a little bit of swell going on, but it's pretty well just a straight deal, which doesn't bother me, but those ridges do. So alright guys, well, I guess we'll wrap it up right there. And I guess the next one we'll take a look at is the 3. I think it's like 3N or whatever. It's interesting. I've got some opinions about it, so we'll talk about that when we get to that. So thanks for hanging out, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.